jamming. Over the next half hour, we will bring music and comedy together like Lawrence Llewellyn Bowen creating curtains from cling film, but with a slightly more lasting effect, I think. I'm Rowland Rivron, and this is the sound that I make. First up, a man who's married to his bass. Apparently, it's legal in Denmark. Dave Catlin-Birch. Like Leo Sayer, he's a one-man band. Unlike him, he's not supporting the Grumbleweeds at Camber Sands. Playing anything he can lay his hands on, Richard Vranch. On guitar tonight, he's not one for blowing his own trumpet, which is why he was thrown out of the wind section of the Philharmonic. Boothby Graffoe. And on vocals, a woman whose hair was so high, she could smuggle chihuahuas in from Mexico. Thank you very much. Sunday Girl, a song written by Blondie. I think it's about Thora Hird. I'm not sure. So, who is helping me make sweet, sweet music today? Well, if you remember the hair lacquer shortage of 1982, when Jerry Lee Lewis refused to perform in England for fear of drooping quiffage, we can reveal the woman who caused it all, the woman behind it. She was so popular that people would do anything to get into her inner circle. Some groupies would even sleep with the trumpeter or saxophonist. This was known as brass rubbing. Please welcome Mary Wilson.
Thank you.
Now, your name, it's Mary Wilson.
It's Mary Macmillan Ramsey Wilson, if you'd like to know the full thing.
So it's not, I mean, we can't call you Mary.
No.
No.
Or Mari, or, you know.
Because there's been some confusion, hasn't there? I mean, you were touring.
Well, yeah, I did this gig in Detroit, and I was in the dressing room and waiting to go on, and I hadn't actually looked to see. It was a big place, you know. It was like 1983 or something on the American tour, and this huge black guy came in the dressing room, and he said, "Where's Mary?" And I said, "Well, it's me, but it's Mary, not Mary." And he said, "I thought it was Mary Wilson from the Supremes, you see."
Oh, no.
So I was a bit frightened because I thought they were expecting Mary Wilson, but they were really up for it because my whole show was a very kind of Las Vegas, Mickey take, tongue-in-cheek, and they loved it, and it was great.
Right, probably your biggest hit is Just What I Always Wanted.
Yeah, that was the highest entry.
When was the last time you sang this?
1983, I think, yes.
Right. That was ages ago.
I know.
1, 2, 1, 2.
Said he was giving me a taffeta address. That's just what I've always wanted. And then he said he'd give me more or less of just what I've always wanted. You don't give me anything, and I don't ask you. Just yourself is good enough. That's just what I've always wanted. Just what I've always wanted. Oh, just what I've always wanted.
Yeah! My next guest has been described as one of the funniest, most innovative comedians you'll find west of Peking. East of Peking, I'm sorry, I can't account for. On every show he appears on, it's mentioned that he gets his stage name from a village in Lincolnshire. But what of Boothby Graffoe, the man? Well, let's find out. Please welcome, yes, he's here, the big fella over there, Boothby Graffoe. So, have you ever actually played the village of Boothby Graffoe?
No. When I had an agent a long time ago who suggested that I be twinned with them. And he rang them up and they didn't want to know.
Really?
They weren't interested, yeah.
You've not been given the freedom of the city?
No.
Of the village, or freedom of 2 of the cottages?
I'm not a big fan of Lincolnshire, to be honest. I left it as soon as I could. Is everybody from Lincolnshire? No, nobody ever leaves, sir.
What kind of music did the Lincolnshire years inspire you to write? I mean, earliest recollections of songs, do you still acknowledge them?
I could play you the first song I ever wrote.
That's always a laugh, come on.
This is what it's like living in Lincolnshire, essentially. Hang on. He hasn't got any arms and he hasn't got any legs, and some buggers nailed both his ears to the wall. But he doesn't seem to mind, not at all. He still keeps them all in hysterics, 'cause he is the funniest man in the world. The funniest man in the world. Yeah, it went on like that.
Good Lord!
My mate's dad said to him, you know, when a young man writes something like that, he's in a pretty bad state. Of course, what he meant was county.
Of the new album, the name of which escapes me, I'm sorry, I don't have the information.
It's called What Italian?
What?
Italian.
Can we do a number off of that? If you get started, I mean, the guys assembled here are pretty swift. We'll pick it up.
Okay.
Just by way of a little sort of promotional opportunity.
This is an album I've made with a guy called Antonio Forcioni, who wouldn't let me put his name on the front cover of the album, which is why it's called What Italian? This song's called Planet Dog.
Is it?
Yes. And it's got a bit for the audience in it.
All right. Bit of audience participation, always well received.
What you have to do is go after I go. Quick practice. I'll do it, you do it. Ready?
That's good. That's going to warm the room up quite considerably.
Yeah. Less dog, madam. Yes, that's very good. Oh, here we go then. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh! We're off again!
On the planet Dog, it's the dogs that are in charge and not the men. On the planet Dog, it's the dogs that drive the cars and go to work. On the planet Dog, it's the men that stay at home alone and drink the water from the toilet. On the planet Dog, not every dog has a human as a pet, but the ones who do have a human as a pet, let them shit in the park, and the ones that don't...
Whoa! No! No, my friend, no. No, it's not funny, it's not clever.
I can't let Maggie know. I can't let Maggie. I can't let Maggie go. Yeah.
We pride ourselves here on being a bit like friends reunited. Not that we help break up relationships, far from it. But because we like to bring together those that might have forgotten just how much they had in common. So, Richard, what tunes have you found that bear a scary similarity that could only be explained by the supernatural or maybe theft?
Well, this week I've got about 5 songs that are actually the same song, so we'll try and do them all together, yeah? So I'll bring you all in on all the different ones.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go then. So it's in E, and here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, Dave, Tears of a Clan.
If there's a smile upon my face, it's only there trying
Okay, Boothby, everybody needs somebody.
If there's a smile
Everybody
it's only there trying
needs
Okay, Mary, the boy from New York City.
If there's a smile
Everybody
it's It's only their
Tell us about the boys
somebody. If there's a smile, the way was moving, she was right there with it, and she was.
Somebody to love.
The world was moving, she was floating above it, and she was.
Somebody to love.
I have a passenger.
Tell us about the boys.
And I ride, and I ride, and I ride. La 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 la. La 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 la.
6 songs for the price of 1. Okay, moving on. Dave, what bass line has been running around your head like messages from a dead mother urging you to kill again?
The bass note that's been scuttling around my head this week is this.
Yeah, I think I know what it is. Dave.
Richard,
Bit
Richard
slower,
knows what
please.
it is.
Just a bit slower.
Plops, Coldplay. Surely it's that.
No.
What a shame. Mary, you got one?
Okay.
A bit faster and kind of happy. Postman Pat, Postman Pat, Postman Pat, and his black and white cat. Early in the morning, just as day is dawning, he picks up all the letters in his sack. Sorry, Rowland.
Is it that?
No.
Thank heavens.
I got one more.
Have you? Go on then.
British Standard Speed.
Yeah, standard. Deeply dippy about the way you look. Deeply dippy, very, very dippy. Very dippy, dippy, dippy.
Stop! You don't know the words! Okay, put us out of our misery, Dave.
Make me a deal,
Brian
make
Ferry.
it straight. All signed and sealed, I take it. Robert E. Lee, I show it. Apple buffet, don't blow it, 'cause we've been around a long time. What's her name? Virginia Plain.
She flies like a bird in the sky. She flies like a bird, and I wish that she was mighty high.
What happens if you take a great song and then sing it in a totally wrong style? Bizarre as it is, that's what we're about to do. Something that has never been done before, except when Boyzone sang Cat Stevens' Father and Son, Tracy Chapman's Baby, Can I Hold You, the Osmonds' Love Me for a Reason. Well, the list goes on. All of them, in fact, can be found on the album Boyzone The Ballads. As if they ever sang anything else. Maybe I missed Ronan's take on Highway to Hell. Anything Boyzone can do, I'm sure we here can do better. So, Mary, what singer is resonating around your house these days, apart, of course, from your good self?
Well, because I've got a 6-year-old who's obsessed with Mary Poppins and The Sound of Music. It's Julie Andrews at the moment. Yes.
That's no bad thing.
It's not really.
No, okay. Right, okay, over to you, Boothby. Anything going around your head constantly that you can't really, get rid of?
Well, scientists say that men think about sex every 6 tits. So it would have to be sex. I think about sex pretty much all
Really?
the time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can we get back to the show if we can?
No, there is that song. There's that song. Let's talk about sex.
Of course.
Salt, salt and pepper.
Salt and pepper.
No.
Yeah.
You can't have Julie
Yeah.
Andrews and talking
Salt
about
and pepper.
sex. They
With a
just
full
don't
crew
mix.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Ready then?
Yeah.
Okay. Spinderella. Cut it up one time and hit me. Come on. Let's talk about sex, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Oh, come on, birds. Let's talk about sex, baby. Let's talk about sex. Ooh. Hot to trot, make any man's eyes pop. Well, I find a spoonful of sugar goes an awfully long way.
table's turn now. Mary, what style of music would you like Boothby to attempt? Anything. Just pick anything you want.
Led Zeppelin.
Okay. Okay, so, Boothby, it's over to you, mate. We've got Led Zeppelin as our initial sort of thrust.
Well, the music I've been listening to, the singer I've been listening to most this last year is Orville.
Really? I find he's got a very limited range.
It depends how far you put your hand up.
Yeah. Richard, I'm going to leave this up to you initially.
There's a lady who's sure all that glitters is gold, but it isn't. When she gets there, she knows if the stores are all closed. With a word, she can get what she came for, but she can't.
1, 2, 3.
I'm gonna make you sweat, I'm gonna make you grow. Oh child, the way you shake that thing, I'm gonna make you burn, I'm gonna make you sting, but don't get it. Hey baby, when you walk that way, I watch your honey drip, I can't keep away.
Crazy Dave, it's over to you, my friend. What tune can you bring to the table?
It's like when two films collide. That's the basic idea of it. So you've got to imagine Fay Wray wrapped in the giant, hairy arms of a smitten King Kong, both of them halfway up the Empire State Building, singing the finale of Summer Nights, the greasy hit, made famous by Olivia, Thandie, Newton, John Travolta, River, etc. Mary is going to play Fay Wray, and I'll be taking the part of King Kong for obvious reasons. Take it away, Fay.
It turned cold, that's where it ends.
Oh dear.
Then we made our true love vow. Summer dreams ripped at the seams, but those summer
She flies like a bird in the sky. She flies like a bird, and I wish that she was mine.
On that note, I'm going to move on. Boney M famously sang Rah Rah Rasputin, Russia's greatest love machine, a lyric that put Leonid Brezhnev in such a bad mood that he invaded Afghanistan to show just how sexy he was. So, Boothby.
Yes.
Have you got a party piece for us? Have you got something you can take centre stage and impress us with?
This is off the latest album. Here she comes again, then she's gone. Here she comes again, but she won't stay long. Bungee girl, bungee girl, bungee girl, bungee girl. There are some things that you do, then you never do again. One is break the heart of the man who drives the crane. Bungee girl, bungee girl, there she goes. Here she comes. There she goes.
What is the secret of close harmony singing? And how can you ensure that your shoo-wops don't end up getting in the way of your doo-wops? Well, we're going to try and find out now. As for one night only, ladies and gentlemen, the all-male jamming band are going to be the new Wilsations and accompany Mary on a hit of her choosing. So, Mary, what's it going to be? What do you want us to just shore up underneath you?
Leader of the pack. You reckon you can do
A
that?
glitter
voice?
song! Nothing better than a Glary
No,
Glitter.
not Glary Glitter. The Shangri-Las.
Ah.
Is she really going out with him? Well, there she is. Let's ask her. Betty, is that Jimmy's ring you're wearing?
Mm-hmm.
Gee, it must be great riding with him. Is he picking you up after school today? By the way, where'd you meet him?
I met him at the candy store. He turned around and smiled at me. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, we see.
That's when I fell for the leader of the pack. My folks were always putting him down.
Down, down.
They said he came from the wrong side of town.
What do you mean you say he came from the wrong side of town?
Well, they told me he was bad, but I knew he was sad. That's why I fell for the leader of the pack.
Hang on. So he's this big, greasy, hard-out biker, and you met him in a sweet shop.
Yeah, well, see, that's what kind of the story's about. I kind of got my suspicions because he had loads of black leather on and all his friends had these big moustaches. And I just realised he was obviously a friend of Dorothy's, shall we say.
Ah.
But I tell you what, should I sort of sing the rest of the story? Would you like that?
Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah.
Okay, then let's do that. He stood there and asked me why, but all I could do was cry. I'm sorry I hurt you, the leader of the pack.
All right. Ow!
Think once, think twice, think bike.
Now he's gone, leader of the pack. Now he's gone, leader of the pack. Now he's gone.
He's gone, so are all my bloody dresses.
Now he's gone, leader of the pack. Now he's gone.
Where are my lipsticks?
Leader of the pack. Now he's gone. Leader of the pack. Now he's gone.
Musicians and audiences have gone hand in hand ever since Jerry Lee Lewis forced his 12-year-old cousin down the aisle. Musicians love having stuff shouted at them, ideally praise or kind words of support, but tonight we're going to change that and give the audience the opportunity to shout any word they want. And we, the band, get the opportunity to come up with, well, a song that contains that word. Somebody shout a word and we'll see if we can...
Moist! Ramekin!
Hang on, moist.
Moist.
Maybe most, but sang differently.
Oh, good.
Most.
I can't think of one with most in it.
Almost there. You know, Andy Williams.
Go on, keep going.
We're almost there.
Take my hand and we're all moist there.
Another word. Pardon?
Apple.
Apple. There's got to be apple, isn't there?
You are the apple of my eye.
We sound like the Osmonds.
That's why I'll always peel your skin off.
Anyone else? Pirate. Right. Pirate, thanks.
Yeah. What's her name? Charlie Dore. Pirate of the airwaves, this is my request.
Yeah. Pirate of the Airways, we've done that one. Thank you. Backyard. That's very incisive. Backyard.
Yeah. I've got it.
What have you got?
Give us a chord, will you? Billy Ray was a preacher's son, and when his daddy would visit, he'd come along. When they gathered round and started talking, Cousin Billy would take me walking out to the backyard.
Backyard!
Then he'd look into my eyes. Lord knows to my surprise, the only one who could ever reach me was the son of a preacher man. The only boy who could ever teach me was the son of a preacher man. Yes, he was. Oh, he was. Oh, yes, he was.
Okay, take it down, guys. My grandfather said, always leave them wanting more, which is why he was sacked as an anaesthetist. Whatever. It's time to say goodbye and thank you very much to Boothby Graffoe and his Lincolnshire Village propaganda. Also, time to say goodbye to a lady who's clearly doing just what she always wanted to. Play with us! Mary Wilson! And of course our regulars, Richard Vranch and David Catlin-Birch. Next week we'll be joined by a selection of caged birds, signed by Pete Waterman and some soil from Sting's garden. Crazy show, but I don't care. My name's Rowland Rivron, and thank you, goodbye.
The only one who could ever reach me was the son of a preacher man. Only boy.
JAMMIN was performed by Rowland Rivron, Richard Vranch, Dave Catlin-Birch, Mary Wilson and Boothby Graffoe. The programme associates were Robin Ince and Dave Cohen, and the producer was Will Saunders. This week, JAMMIN was brought to you in association with the Honeybus hit, I Can't Let Maggie Go.
Preacher